right, so this is a very festive time here in Washington, D.C. The National Cherry Blossom Festival just officially opened yesterday, and there's all kinds of stuff going on here for the next 4 weeks. And right now what I'm showing you is the courtyard of the Smithsonian American Art Museum and Portrait Gallery, which are technically two different museums, but they are housed in the same gigantic building. And this is a pretty old building. It used to be the patent office, and it actually housed the Declaration of Independence for 35 years. For 35 years, the Declaration of Independence was hanging on a wall with direct exposure to sunlight, which is one of the reasons why it looks much older than it actually is. It really shouldn't look so old. But anyway, that was in this building, and as part of the Cherry Blossom Festival, there's a big event going on today with a bunch of different random Japanese themed stuff. So let's take a look around and I'll show you what's going on exactly. So right here in this corner we have a model Japanese railroad, and here's a little kind of like a photo op for it. Japan Rail Modelers of Washington, D.C. They got a little Godzilla there, and you see some people taking pictures. And here is the rail model itself, and I'm just going to quickly show you the sign down here at the bottom.
You just go in and walk up.
And here we have,
I don't know.
This.
You get reception. Now you want to go walk? Come back?
It's a classic model train with a very Japanese theme. So you've got these kind of Japanese action figures here, which reminds me of my childhood with Voltron in the 80s. And we have a pachinko parlor, which is basically like a roulette parlor. Gambling, it's a big thing in Japan. A lot of detail in this. If I get close enough, it looks like it might be the real thing. But lots of detail. That little yellow truck says Kansai TV, and I believe that is the prefecture where Osaka is. And we've got a traditional Japanese courtyard. There is so much here. You could probably take a couple hours just looking in detail at all of the stuff and the models. Here's the actual train coming by. And we'll just continue around here. This sign says this quality example of N-scale model railroading was displayed at the National N-scale Convention.
Did you make this?
And I have no idea what that means. But maybe you do. Oh look, it's all it's all sushi, gigantic sushis being carried around on a train. That is so cool. And there we go, there's Godzilla. Godzilla's got a bus in his mouth. And this might be Osaka Castle. I may have been here when I was in Osaka, but I don't know. Wow, they actually have subway maps of Osaka there. That is really cool. It's the real deal. Thank you. Tokyo subway route map. As you can see, there are lots and lots of stops, way more than here in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., you look at the subway map, it's real easy to make out, but here, it's gonna take a while. That is a chock full of nuts, or a batch full of sushi, as the case may be. Here, let me get around this way. It's a big sushi menu, some other stuff, a book about railroad models. Oh, and here's a business card. Japan Rail Modelers of Washington, D.C. So there's an actual permanent presence here. This isn't just a setup for the Cherry Blossom Festival. This is something that's always around. 100 yen shop, which is basically the dollar store. 100 yen is roughly more or less $1. There's lots of those in Japan as well. Very, very cool, this whole setup. And just a view of the courtyard. So this is more or less new where it's covered like this. I think this went up maybe 2007 or something like that, where the atrium, making it the covering of the atrium. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it was around that time. And something interesting over here is there are plants, and this is actually, it says Osaka. So this is always here, so it's just a coincidence that we have Osaka evergreen plants here, and it happens to be the Cherry Blossom Festival, but that's always here. And here we have a pretty big arts and crafts booth for the kids. And as you can see, it is very popular. There are people everywhere. Almost every seat is full making arts and crafts. And what exactly are they making? Well, it says right here, we've got today's crafts are paper plate cherry trees, pipe cleaner, cherry blossom branches. And there's the stuff. We've got pipe cleaners. This brings back memories. I used to do this kind of stuff when I was a kid. Totally. And we've got coloring pages and all kinds of paper and everything a kid would need to do arts and crafts right now. They prepared extremely well. Busy, busy, busy. Glue sticks, markers, the whole 9 yards. And that is one of the entrances to the actual museum. That is another entrance over there. And we've got an information booth. And over here there are performances. So right now we've got a DJ playing some stuff. But coming up next there's going to be a ballet performance. And then later on there's going to be taiko drumming. That's where they have these gigantic Japanese drums, and they make these deep booming sounds. So I'm going to make separate videos about those things, so stay tuned. And I'll just walk you back to the back of this courtyard. So this is kind of an empty space. I guess this could be a de facto chill out area, and that's exactly what these people are doing. They are taking a break. They're chilling out. And here's the stage from the back, and the people, and the equipment. Those might be the taiko drums. I guess, if they are, I guess they're smaller than what I thought they'd be. But that could be what that is. And we've got a banner here advertising the ballet that's coming out, the Misako Ballet. There's a pretty cool artwork for it. I like this. Very cool. And in the back here we have permanent signage about this courtyard. So it says this courtyard at 28,000 square feet is one of Washington's largest indoor public spaces. First designed as an open air courtyard, this area provided natural light and air to the surrounding galleries and offices. And some more stuff that's not as interesting, I won't read it out. And then there's another information panel over here about it being the patent office, the historical patent office building. This building, originally the nation's patent office, was the third public building constructed in Washington after the White House and Capitol. It was intended for the public display of the patent models for American inventions. 3 important 19th century American architects contributed to its Greek Revival design, including Robert Mills and Thomas U. Walter. Robert Mills, I think he was involved in the Washington Monument or the Capitol building. I'll have to check that out. I think there were a couple different Mills. But anyway, he's somebody for sure. I don't recognize these other names. And just stuff about the architects. The building became home to the Smithsonian American Art Museum and National Portrait Gallery in 1968. A major renovation was completed in 2006, restoring many historic features. So, there you go, that's what's going on here. And of course you have these beautiful kind of gardens. You've got some flowers going and plants. This place always looks cool, no matter what's going on. No matter what the weather's like, it's always really awesome. And we come here sometimes with our groups. So I'm a tour guide here in Washington, D.C., and we only come here every so often, every once in a blue moon. But it's always super cool when we do. So anyway, I'll end this here. And next is coming up the ballet, so stay tuned for that.